Hi guys, Annette here. I have a haul for you. I went down south in Washington to see my brother and my sister-in-law and my baby niece. My mom and I went together, and we stayed just a couple days down there. My niece is doing incredibly well. She's still getting tube feedings through a nasal gastric tube. But other than that, she's doing wonderful. She is adorable. Sorry about the kitty. And so it was really nice to go down there and see her and get to smooch her little face and be with her for a couple days. But while we were down there, we didn't do much besides stay with my brother and sister-in-law and the baby. But we did go to one store. It is called Valley Liquidation. It's in Tacoma, Washington. It is a discount store. They have discount grocery and produce. A lot of their stuff is out of date, so you need to check the dates if you're really concerned about that. On some things I am, on other things I'm not. And so I just wanted to show you guys what I got today. Let me see if I can kind of get the whole haul in here. Kind of like that, minus the kitty. He's not part of the haul, but always wants to be included. So the first thing I'm going to start with this was a whole, flat, it's 8 pounds of, Earthbound Farm, organic, strawberries. And these were $9.99 for the flat of 8 pounds. I did give one to my mom and dad, and that's why that spot is missing right there. I'm going to wash up a few with some vinegar water, and put those in the fridge for me to eat this week, and the others are going to go into jam. I think I'm going to make a straight strawberry jam, and then a strawberry rhubarb jam with some organic rhubarb that I got at a local fruit stand. And I have organic sugar, and I have Pomona's pectin, and I think I'm going to make that to enter into the fair. I've never entered anything into our local county fair. I've been canning for about 5 or 6 years now. I think I'm coming up on 6. So I think that I have a good grasp and handle on it, and I just think it'd be fun. If I don't win anything, don't win any ribbons, all well. My family still likes it, and a bunch of my coworkers actually buy my jam now, so they obviously all like it. So I'm just going to do that for fun, I think. I sent them an email today to figure out how to do it because I have absolutely no idea. So if you guys know how to enter into your county's state fair, leave me a comment below and let me know. Second thing I got, speaking of canning, were these ball kits. I have 3 funnels, a few grabbers. I have multiples of my tools already, but I could not pass these up. These kits have the cheaper equipment in them, granted, but they are, I believe they're $6.97 at my Walmart, and that's the cheapest. Some of the area farm type stores have these kits, and they are about $10. And I'm going to lift this one up and show it to you guys, see if it will focus on that right there. Yeah, that's right, $1.99. If I can get it to focus. Ah, there we go, finally. Yeah, $1.99, and all of the stuff is in here. It does have the funnel, the jar lifter, the little lid magnet, and the little measurer / debubbler. My mom and I checked both of the boxes, and all the pieces are in there and fully intact and not broken. So I will keep these around. I love to encourage people to can. I love to teach people to can. I've taught a couple of people now how to do some canning. My one pretty good friend is already canning quite a bit, and she picked up one of those kits already. And then also for Christmas, her mother-in-law gave her some more canning stuff. So she really doesn't need that. But I feel like the next person who comes along who's really serious about learning how to can, and needs some equipment, I will probably be giving those away. So those are just going to sit in my stash. Plus, most of you know that I am sort of a prepper, not super into it, not extreme prepping, but I do like to have extras on hand just in case. So that, I believe, is a supply that will be very needed if something happens and people really have to start preparing and preserving their own food again, which I think people should be doing anyway. But, even if it's just like a minor thing, like a recession or slight depression or whatever, I feel like the financial situation in this country is not very good. So I think it's just best to be prepared. So I try to, especially in that's my part in my family, I do the food prep and gardening. And then I have an ex-military brother and a dad who has always owned guns. And so they do more of the protection type prepping, and I do more of the food, water, essentials, toilet paper, stuff like that. I prep a lot of that. So enough of that. Sorry, I'm about my little rant and ramble, especially you guys who don't prep. You probably don't care at all, but I'll go on. Another thing that my family likes to make is matzo ball soup, because my dad is Jewish, and this is a very traditional Jewish thing to make. It's basically chicken soup, but instead of having noodles, you put these cracker dumplings in. Matzah is basically an unleavened cracker. There's no baking soda or baking powder or anything in them. But they're basically a cracker, and then they grind it up. They call it matzah meal, but it's basically like breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs. And then you make the matzo ball soup out of it. And the matzo ball, let's see what the ingredients say. I know that there's some other stuff in here, and that's why I don't get the matzah meal. Gosh, I cannot get my camera to focus today. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe just salt and seasoning and stuff. I don't know. So it gives you directions on what to mix in here, though. You mix oil and egg, and then you let it sit in the fridge for, I think it's 15 minutes or so. And then I always take a little scooper and scoop them out and roll them out, and then you drop them in soup like dumplings, and you put the lid on, and you leave them for a certain amount of time. And they will enlarge quite a bit, and they will become little cracker dumplings in your soup, and they're very good. They definitely have a different texture if you've never had them before. They're kind of spongy. Like I said, my family loves them, and it's funny where we live. My dad's originally from the East Coast. There's a lot more Jewish people there. This stuff is a lot more common. Even down south towards Seattle, there's more Jewish people too, but in our area there's none. So it's really funny if I bring something like this to work. People have no idea what it is, and they're super interested in it, but everyone who's tried it pretty much likes it. So these were 2 for $1, and they are not past the date. I checked. I don't know if we can see it on here. It's on here somewhere, but they're not past the date. So they only had 2, and so I got both of those. So both of those together were $1. And then, of course, there's kitties in the way, and the lighting's not that great. Sorry. I got some of these Brookside, acai, and blueberry flavored dark chocolates. I feel like these are actually not that good for you, but they pretend like they are because they're the acai berries in them, and it's dark chocolate, but they're still a treat. And they were $1.99, which is a pretty good price for these, so I went ahead and picked up a bag of those. And I have no idea what the date is on these, but dark chocolate and stuff takes a while to go bad, so I'm not incredibly worried about it. Then as another little treat, I like to just keep on hand in case my friend's kids come over or something like that. There's this little packets of these Trolley Sour Bite crawlers, the little sour gummy worms, and they were 2 for $1. So I just picked up 2 of those just to have in the pantry in case some kids come over. Another little thing that I got that I've never tried before, so I spend a lot of some money on something you've never tried before, was this Goya Flan. A friend on Cinco de Mayo did make something, well, she made flan from a box like this. I just don't know what brand it was. And hers turned out really good. It tasted just like the restaurant, actually, and I was really surprised that it had come out of a box since it tasted so much like what you would get in the Mexican restaurant. So that was 69 cents, so I picked up one of those. My mom really liked it too, so she picked up, I think, a couple of these. But I just picked up one. I'd try. I figure if they ever had it again, I'd just get it again. So got that. And then this discount store, like I showed you the strawberries, has quite a bit of produce. And some of their produce is about the same price as the grocery store, but some of it's discounted because it may be getting slightly older. Really good price on asparagus. Those were $1.49 a pound, and I believe the total came out to like $3.25 for those 3 bunches, maybe even less than that. I honestly can't remember, but I like to grill them. I do like grilled asparagus, but what I really wanted to do is I'm going to pickle some asparagus. I really like pickled asparagus, and it is crazy expensive at the grocery store. The last pickled asparagus I got at Costco, and so it was two pretty good sized jars. I would say maybe they were like about 28 to 32 ounces. I'm not exactly sure what size they were. They were bigger jars, but I want to say they were like $12.99 for 2. In the grocery store, a small jar in my area for pickled asparagus are like $7.99, and that's for like a pint jar size, like not very big. So I am going to can those up, and I'm going to can them by pickling them. I don't think that I would like them pressure canned because they get very mushy. I've had canned, like commercially canned asparagus before. My grandmother used to get it, and I think it's disgusting because it's so mushy, and I just do not like that at all. So I'm going to pickle those. I'm hoping that I can make you guys some canning videos. I know I've been slacking, and I'm so sorry. It's just been so much going on, and I know that seems just like a lame excuse, but there really has been with my family and my niece and my own minor foot surgery and everything. So, but I am going to try and make you guys some of those videos like I promised I would. So, yeah, I think the strawberries and the asparagus are going to be canned. I think, if not all of it, part of it tonight. And so I will definitely try and videotape those for you guys. Other thing that I got right there is some coconut blossom sugar. I really don't know what makes it different than like other coconut sugar. I don't know if it comes from different parts of the plant. This one just happens to say like coconut blossom sugar. And it's organic. I'm going to pick it up and show you guys. It's very dark colored. I don't know if that's picking up very well. It's like kind of granular. It almost looks like graham cracker crumbs is what it looks like. It's kind of hard to see, I'm sorry. But it's this Cocoa Fresh company, and they make other stuff like coconut water and stuff like that. They seem to be a pretty good brand, and it is USDA organic, which is cool. So I decided to pick this up. I've never tried coconut sugar. I've always wanted to try it. I love coconut. So even if it tastes a little bit like coconut, I don't mind that. And it was $1.49 for a pound of organic coconut sugar, which is like ridiculous. I wish I knew if I liked this, because if I did like it, I would have picked up more bags than just one. And who knows, I know that we'll go down to see my niece again, so they may still have it or have more when I go down for that. But if I like this, I will definitely try and pick this up again, because $1.49 for organic coconut sugar is a crazy good price. So I got one of those because I haven't tried it yet. And I'll show you guys the other produce that I got. These are Vidalia sweet onions. They were 69 cents a pound. There's 3 of those. These are hard to see because they're dark, but they're kind of small-ish avocados, but they were 3 for $1. This one's not quite ripe. This one's pretty ripe. I can probably eat this one tonight. And let's see. This one, not quite ripe. So got a day or two on the other two, and the other one I could probably eat tonight or tomorrow. It's nice because they already say that they're from California, so I like to get stuff from the United States if I can, because, you know, we should support, if not local, at least like in country. And avocados don't grow where I live, so I would have to get them from somewhere else. So I liked that these were from California. And avocados are not on the Dirty Dozen. Once you take this peel off, there shouldn't be hardly any pesticides at all, if any at all, period. So I don't worry about getting organic avocados. Organic strawberries, on the other hand, I do buy traditional strawberries when organic ones aren't on sale because they are usually ridiculously priced. I should tell you that my local Kroger store had organic strawberries just like this on sale for $3.99 a pound. So this flat of strawberries, basically, if I would have bought this flat of strawberries at my Kroger store, it would be $32, I think, right? 4, 8, 12, 16, yeah, so $32. And the whole shopping trip here cost $32. So, it's basically I got like everything else for free, which is awesome. So, definitely, if you guys, like I've said before so many times, I'm sure you guys get tired of hearing it, but if you have discount stores, go in and take a look. Do not be afraid of them. Are they kind of dingy? Yes. Are they, piled high sometimes? Yes. Do you have to pick through things and weed things out and, that kind of stuff? Yes, absolutely. But don't be afraid of that. It will save you so much money. You can find really, really great things. And you can always bypass the things that you don't want. You just can't be afraid of going in, though, and having to, go through things and look at dates and stuff like that. But if you guys have a discount store, definitely go check it out. Okay, back to the produce. So like I said, those are 3 for $1 for the avocados. These are tomatillos. Everybody knows what these are. They are a pepper that kind of looks like a tomato. It comes in this husk, and then it has like a sticky substance up here that you kind of have to wash off. But this is a lot of times what they make salsa verde out of. So like green salsa. It has a very tart, mild flavor, and I really like these. There's a soup called pozole that I make like a green version of using these. It's like a pork and hominy Mexican soup. So I do that with these. I've never made salsa verde myself, but these were a really good price. I think they were either 49 or 69 cents a pound too, and I think a lot of times around here, these are like $1.99 a pound. Like, they're kind of ridiculously priced for peppers. I mean, I know they look like tomatoes, but they're peppers. And so they're like heavy for peppers too, because they have more water content inside. Because you use the whole thing, like you use the seeds and stuff. And it kind of looks like a tomato inside. Like, it has that same kind of almost texture. So, I got a little baggie of these, and I think with this and the sweet peppers, and I have some jalapenos left from making salsa for Cinco de Mayo, I think I will try and make some salsa verde. And these are just some Bosque pears that I got. I haven't had pears in a while. These looked really good, and they were 69 cents a pound, so I got 3 of those just for myself. I got a little head of cabbage. It's one of my favorite vegetables. It goes with a lot of different things. It goes with like Asian food, or you can put it in soup, or you can make borscht and put it in that, which is, also soup. And then a lot of times like stir fry it with some Polish sausage and potatoes, and that is a super good meal. So it goes like a lot of different styles of food. So it's a great vegetable to have on hand, and it lasts a long time in your fridge. So if you're a person who wants to only go to the grocery store, like, twice a month or whatever, cabbage is a great one to get, and then it can like stay in your fridge for a while before you use it. So you can use your other vegetables like the asparagus or something like that first, and then use the cabbage later because it lasts so much longer in the fridge. I got 2 little limes. That's also because I was thinking about possibly making this salsa verde. Plus, it's just good in water and stuff like that. It's going to be summertime here coming up. We already had some pretty warm days for us. Granted, it was like 70s, 80s, but for this time of year where I live, that's quite warm. Practically no one has air conditioning here, and springs are pretty wet, though it hasn't rained too much. So it can get a little sticky and a little warm around here. Definitely not as bad as other places. Like, I'm not complaining. I think the weather's been great, but some people get a little like, oh my gosh, it's so hot out here, but really it's not that bad. But it is refreshing to have those limes sometimes, like in your water or whatever. Just on a warm day to have a nice glass of ice water with some lime or lemon in it is really nice. So I got a couple of those because they were so cheap. And then I got these Knorr brand, it's caldo de res, which is just beef bouillon. It's just like in Spanish. This is always in the Hispanic aisle in my grocery stores, usually. It's really widely used here. We have a pretty large Hispanic population, so we have pretty big like Spanish food or Hispanic food aisle in my area in most of the grocery stores. This is something that my Hispanic friends and my European friends, because also I have a friend from Austria, and she only uses this brand of broth. These taste so good. Like, if you're going to use cubed bouillon, these are awesome. I think that they probably have some MSG. I haven't really checked. There's something that I have used for years, and I have better than bouillon in the fridge. Like, I have it. I have chicken and beef and I think mushroom and maybe something else. But over and over and over and over again, I reach for these because they taste so good. And a lot of the recipes that I've learned from people that are not like written recipes, that are family recipes, they use this. And so I use this. So, health-wise, is it the greatest? Probably not. You know, I don't use it every day. But I think that this brand has amazing flavor. So I always get the chicken and I have the beef. So the chicken is called caldo de pollo. If, it's like the same thing, but it has like a little chicken right here, and it says caldo de pollo right there instead of caldo de res. And, at the liquidation store, they had these for $1. So they were 25 cents a piece. I think my Walmart sells them for 67 cents a piece, so still not like an expensive item, but 25 cents a piece is awesome. So I picked up 4 of those. And then the last thing I'm going to show you guys, because I'm making this haul video so long, sorry. I'm sure you guys are just annoyed by all of my talking. This is actual Asian. I think one might be a Korean brand, and I don't know what the other one is, of basically Top Ramen, though. I like the actual Asian brands better than the actual Top Ramen or whatever the other one starts with an M. I can't remember what it's called. Ramens are. I think the noodles taste so much better in these. They tend to be bigger packets, which is kind of nice if it's not just for one person, because Top Ramen, you know, if you're you basically have to make like one per person if you're making Top Ramen. And a lot of times I will make the noodles, and I will stir fry them into like a stir fry. Like at the end, I will add them, and sometimes I empty the pan, and so I like boil the noodles, drain them, and then I put them in a pan with a little oil and actually like crisp them up a little bit, just like they would to pan noodles at an Asian restaurant. And so sometimes I use them for that. Usually I pay between $2.99 and $4.99 for a package of these ramen noodles at like the Asian grocery store. So that's usually the only place I ever find them. They don't have these in my regular grocery store. We don't have a big Asian population around here, so they have a little bit in the Asian food aisle, but they don't have like the Asian brand noodles like this. And so this one, I think this was the seafood one. So I think the packet in here, if you use the packet, it tastes like seafood. Sometimes I try a little bit of it like before I mix it in to see if I'd like it, because I don't mind seafood, but it all depends. And I don't think I've ever had this brand before, but there's 4 packages in here, and they were 99 cents, or no, maybe this is one 5. Yeah, there's 5 packages in these ones, and they were 99 cents. So 5 packages of the actual like Asian ramen for 99 cents. So they had 2 of those, so I picked up both of those. And like I said, those are the seafood ones, and there's 5 packages in there. And then this one I believe it actually says that it's Korean on it somewhere. I think right there on the front. And they are noodles, like they say they're stir-fried noodles in a spicy Korean broth, I believe. So these packages, I think, have 4 in them. And I think I have used this brand before, but not necessarily the spicy packets. So I think they had 3 of those, and I got 2 of them. Oh, sorry about that. So altogether, that was $4 for, I don't know, 18 ramen packets. I didn't think that was too bad, especially considering that they're bigger and they're authentic. And so I think they taste better. And actually that, I think I'm going to make a pork stir fry tonight and stir fry those noodles in there and have that for dinner. It's just about dinner time around here, and that is really quick. And from my gleaning program, I got a bag of stir fry vegetables. So good way to use those up. So this is my little, not so little, maybe medium size. I don't know what's little, what's big, what's small, what's large. I don't know. Haul from Valley. It's called Valley Liquidation in Tacoma, Washington. If you live around that area, definitely go check it out. And hope you guys like this haul. Hope I can get you guys up some canning videos, that stuff right there. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.